I love playing Wordle, but sometimes it can really be aggravating. Do you ever start strong on our Wordle round, certain you're going to solve it in the third round, and then it all goes away because you've got too many choices? Let me share some of the more aggravating rounds I've played of Wordle, starting with Monday's Sting. And I'm not even going to comment too much on how I feel like the victim of a sting, which I know is a really bad joke. Hey guys, I'm Mary Schaefer, founder of AP Now, the author of Wordle, the Rules, Strategy, and Expert Tips. So let's get started with Monday's Sting. So I started off with two of my favorite words, stare, S-T-A-R-E, and I was rewarded when Wordle told me that S and T were in the solution and they were in the first place. So then I moved on to my second favorite word, doily, D-O-I-L-Y, and was rewarded when Wordle told me I was in the correct place, the third position. So now I had three letters, S-T-I, and I knew where they were. I was sure I was going to get it in three, and I quickly typed in the first thing that hit my mind, which was Stitch, S-T-I-T-C-H, and Wordle said, no, no, no. So then I thought, well, okay, I'll probably get it in four. So I thought a minute and I put in stiff, S-T-I-F-F. And once again, Wordle had a good chuckle at my expense and said, no, 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 not so fast. Okay, now I thought about it for a minute and I came up with stint, S-T-I-N-T, thinking this has got to be it. And it wasn't. So now I'm not so confident anymore and I'm sweating bullets and I'm a little bit annoyed, to be perfectly honest. And I entered Sting and then very reluctantly and with great trepidation, I hit enter because I thought, okay, now they may be doing it again to me. But no, I lucked out and Sting was correct. 6 rounds to get Sting. How many rounds did it take you to solve Wordle when it was Sting? I'll bet you got it a lot faster than I did. Let us know in the comments below. And if you got it in 2, well, I'm jealous. Okay, so the next one I went into my handy dandy repertoire of old words. And this one I started with stare and I only got the S, and then I put in safer, S-A-F-E-R, and it told me the R was correct. So I had the first and the last. And then I put in spear, I guess spear. Okay, and it was S-P-E-A-R. Now I'm only missing one letter, and I'm feeling really good about this, right? Spear, it wasn't spear. Think. Shear, S-H-E-A-R. Nope, Wordle said. And then finally I came up with smear, S-M-E-A-R. So I was down with one letter and I couldn't get it. Okay. All right. So now this was the next example that I have to share with you was kind of interesting. I started with my stare, S-T-A-I-R, and it was really bad choice because I got no letters right. And then I moved on and I put my new favorite second word in, doily, D-O-I-L-Y, and I was rewarded when it told me the I was in the right place, the L was in the right place, and the Y was in the right place. So I'm thinking, okay, this one's going to be easy. And I quick typed in folly, F-O-L-L-Y, and Wordle said, no, no, no. And once again, I'm heading down the path that I hate so much. And then I tried golly, G-O-L-L-Y, and that was not correct. But now I'm thinking. I had to think a long time before I finally came up with this word, with this solution, and it was coyly, C-O-Y-L-Y. So this was double whammy because we had the double Y and a double L, double Ys, and coyly kind of isn't a word that comes to mind. But eventually I got it. I thought about it and I got it. Did you? Again, let us know in the notes below. That's an old one, so you may not have gotten it. Okay, now, before we get to what I call the classic Wordle aggravation, If you like this episode, please give us a thumbs up. And if you loved it, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. We produce new content for the channel 3 times a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays are devoted to payment and accounts payable issues, and Saturdays are reserved for Wordle. And as always, a special thank you from me to you if you've taken a moment to hit that like button. Okay, so I call this the classic Wordle aggravation. I started with stare, STAIARE, only the E was correct. Then I tried my new one, not my new one, my old second favorite word, indole, INDOL. And after that, I have 4 letters, I, D, L, and E. And I can't think of anything with them. So I tried dime, seeing if I can find a few other letters. And I'm only rewarded by being told that the I is in the solution and it's in the second place, and the D and the E are correct letters, but not in the correct place. So I think about it, and I come up with yield, YIELD. And it was incorrect. So now I try WIELD, WIELD, and that wasn't correct. And I'm heading into the last guess, aggravated, as you might guess. And luckily, in the nick of time, I hit field, FIELD. Okay, so we got it. We got it in the nick of time. So what was your most aggravating Wordle round? If you have one that we didn't talk about, please share it in the comments below. We'd love to hear. We'd love to hear from you about it. As you may have noticed, a strong second word helps in solving many Wordle puzzles. I have a few I use as demonstrated here. We did a broadcast on Wordle second words a while ago. You can watch it now using the link that will appear momentarily on YouTube and is in the show notes below. As always, I appreciate your thumbs up, your comments, your shares, and your subscribes. Happy Wordling!